I have not intentionally visited schools that are underperforming.
Betsy DeVos, America's very own Secretary of Education, has a family worth of $5.4 billion. She and her husband, Dick DeVos, own a sprawling 22,000 square foot mansion in Michigan that's estimated to be worth possibly over $10 million. They paid a tax of over $123,000 during its construction. In 2012, Betsy upgraded her personal yacht to a 163-foot Westport yacht, not to be confused with a 126-foot family yacht that she and her husband took to the GOP convention several years ago. Or was that their 167-foot company yacht?
It was both.
They also own a fleet of 12 private jets and 4 helicopters. But it's not all just mansions, yachts, and jets for DeVos. Since the 70s, her family has donated at least $200 million to Republicans and deeply conservative causes. Betsy herself donated $115,000 to sitting Republican senators, nearly all of whom voted in favor of her appointment.
Do you think if you were not a multi-billionaire, if your family has not made hundreds of millions of dollars of contributions to the Republican Party, that you would be sitting here today?
Preceding her role in the Trump administration, DeVos played a crucial role in crippling the educational landscape in her home state of Michigan. She and her family spent over $2 million in lobbying funds advocating for the charter school industry through the Great Lakes Education Project, despite statistics showing that charters really weren't outperforming traditional public schools. Sure, Michigan now has a huge web of charter schools for parents and students to choose from, but the substandard quality of these schools greatly overshadows the quantity.
Mrs. DeVos, have you ever taken out a student loan from the federal government to help pay for college?
I have not.
Have any of your children had to borrow money in order to go to college?
They have been fortunate not to.
Ah, yes, but Betsy DeVos has quite the history of dabbling in financial aid. While her kids haven't had to take out loans, she's made money off of the students who must borrow money. She has investments in companies that hound students to pay their federal loan debts, including an investment in SoFi, a company that refinances federal student loans into private loans. She had financial stake in a company that, until last year, held a lucrative contract from the Department of Education to pursue the loans of defaulted student borrowers. She's got money in Apollo Investment Corp., which has investments in a company that operates several private for-profit college campuses and kindercare learning centers, a massive national chain of private for-profit daycare facilities. She also has more than $1 million in a mysterious undisclosed venture related to education. During her hearing, DeVos refused to endorse an Obama-era rule that protects graduates from career training programs that stack debt against them above their ability to pay. After locking in her position as Secretary of Education, she appointed Julian Smoke Jr. to head the unit investigating fraud at for-profit colleges. Smoke was a former associate dean of for-profit DeVry University, who just paid $100 million to settle a fraud lawsuit in 2016. And just recently, DeVos herself lost a lawsuit on student loan forgiveness after being sued by 19 states for delaying a borrower protection rule.
I've worked very hard on behalf of parents and children, primarily low-income children.
So what do you think? Is DeVos really an advocate who cares for children, or is she just in it to make money off of them?